Ferrari has changed the team's organization. In Formula One, being highly prepared is essential. Having a competitive car, two fast drivers who are cohesive and ready to fight, and an experienced team capable of executing a race weekend flawlessly all matter. But none of this will ever be truly effective if the team's planning is not at the highest level. It may seem like a trivial statement, and perhaps it is. However, emphasizing this aspect was important to introduce the discussion in this video. There are only a few days left until the Formula One season debut. On Friday morning, we will see the 10 teams in action at the 5.278-kilometer Albert Park Grand Prix circuit in Melbourne, a return to the past after several seasons in which the Formula One Championship's dawn took place in Bahrain. Ferrari has worked hard to be ready, or at least to maximize its current potential. But what is the goal for this first round of the 2025 Formula One season? To deliver the best version of itself in Australia. While waiting to fully understand the potential of the SF25 single-seater, the ability to optimize is key to achieving a solid result in Melbourne this weekend. Fred Vasseur has been the Scuderia Ferrari team principal for over 2 seasons now, ever since the top management decided to part ways with Mattia Binotto. The Swiss engineer was an expert engine specialist who could make his mark on the technical side. Unfortunately, however, his dual role, which included the position of technical director, ended up overwhelming his responsibilities. Yet it was Mattia Binotto himself who wanted this situation, which inevitably led to his downfall and departure from the Italian side. We are not here to say who is better between the two. Frederic Vasseur undoubtedly has many qualities, just as his predecessor did. But the most evident difference compared to Mattia Binotto's tenure is not purely in terms of quality. Who are we to judge that? We would not have the means to do so. What is clear, however, and visible to everyone, are a couple of strengths that deserve recognition and were previously absent. The first concerns the empathy within the Ferrari team, which has reached a significantly higher level. The Maranello team is much more united, and its ability to react to potentially disruptive events is much greater. We refer, for example, to the technical issues suffered with the floor specification introduced at the Circuit de Catalunya in the Spanish Grand Prix last year, and the subsequent departure of Italian aerodynamicist Enrico Cardile from the position of technical director, which left a key role unfilled. In this context, the team handled things as well as possible. It took time, yes, but the issues were resolved without ever losing control of the situation. Knowing how to delegate is a crucial aspect in order to achieve better results, and another very interesting aspect concerns Frederic Vasseur's working methodology. The Frenchman is an engineer, of course, but he is not a top-tier designer or a phenomenon in this field. However, the former Alfa Romeo team boss uses his head. This is evident in his decision to appoint a right-hand man, namely, someone who can extend his reach and mindset when needed. We are talking about Jerome D'Ambrosio, the deputy team principal of the Maranello team. The Belgian has extensive experience in the top category of motorsport and knows how to navigate it properly. Frederic Vasseur needed to focus fully on certain matters, and for this reason, to ensure that not even the smallest detail is overlooked, he introduced a new role at Ferrari, someone to support him. This move reflects great humility, in contrast to Mattia Binotto, who believed he could manage everything alone within the vast scope of his responsibilities. Thus, the former Alfa Romeo boss, while also considering the dual program related to preparations for the 2025 Formula One racing season, will have more freedom and be able to focus on key priorities. In Formula One, prioritization is essential. Frederic Vasseur needed to do just that, placing maximum trust in his technical and operational team. This strategic move will also help with on-track operations. In fact, according to various reports in the Italian media, there are additional unsung and less visible collaborators working to support him. It is almost unnecessary to stress the importance of the upcoming Formula One season, but we will do so anyway, reminding that the evaluation of Frederic Vasseur's work, now in his 3rd championship leading Ferrari, will undoubtedly be harsher if the expected results do not materialize this season. And it is not just the opinion of the supporters that matters, but also that of the Ferrari presidency, which from day one gave the French manager full authority against all odds. The decision made by Chairman John Elkann regarding Fred Vasseur seemed unpopular to many at that time. He was supposed to be a temporary team principal, a placeholder while searching for a truly capable one. Instead, Gianni Agnelli's grandson has heavily invested in the Frenchman. This, combined with the massive financial outlay to bring seven-time Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton to Maranello, means that he expects results finally worthy of Ferrari's historic legacy. That is why the Melbourne race will be the first real test of the new organizational structure set for 2025. F1 drivers are therefore flocking to the Albert Park Grand Prix circuit on Wednesday in Melbourne, Australia. Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, and more were spotted arriving for a preview day ahead of the upcoming Formula One Australian Grand Prix, which serves as the 2025 season opener. The upcoming Formula One campaign has all the makings of a highly competitive 24-race celebration to mark 75 years since the inaugural seven-race championship in 1950. Lewis Hamilton's highly publicized move to Ferrari has been the key off-season storyline. The star British driver says his move from Mercedes to Ferrari has given him a new lease on life. Lewis Hamilton is convinced he can help Ferrari win its first drivers' championship since 2007 after the seven-time world champion made the move to Italy. At 40, the Briton seems full of youthful enthusiasm for the new challenge. The times from 3 days of preseason testing in Bahrain last month did not reveal much about the form of the top-ranked teams. With fuel loads unknown and team setups kept under wraps, it was hard if not impossible to pinpoint the winners and losers. The main takeaway from testing is that the bulk of the teams appear closely matched, leading McLaren CEO Zak Brown to suggest that the season could be highly competitive. He noted that while 4 teams won multiple races last year, he believed even more teams could achieve that this season. Zak Brown expressed excitement over nervousness about the upcoming competition. While never a true show of the pecking order, preseason testing in Bahrain saw decent speed from Ferrari, Mercedes, and, most surprisingly, Williams, but McLaren did come away looking the fastest from the start of this year. That's unfamiliar territory for both Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris after Red Bull dominated the early part of the 2024 Formula One season, winning 7 of the first 10 races, before Lando Norris won in Miami, the first of 4 Grand Prix career wins, McLaren growing stronger to challenge for both titles after they prized the F1 Constructors' Championship away from Red Bull last year, an award determined by the total points accumulated by the team's 2 drivers over a season, for the first time since 1998. Preseason testing didn't run smoothly for Red Bull last month, with 2024 world champion Max Verstappen saying the team does not have a shot of victory at the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne this weekend, but you can never count out the Dutchman. That's something feisty New Zealander Liam Lawson, who has been promoted to Red Bull alongside Max Verstappen, has to be aware of, with your teammate being your biggest rival in Formula One. In Liam Lawson's case, it's maximum risk, maximum reward to go against the current number 1.